Ever heard about Joe? He's a good guy, smart, funny, and attractive. Yet he found himself in a labyrinth of confusion, trying to decipher the mixed signals from the woman he was interested in. This is the tale of Joe, a man who, like many of us, found himself in the perplexing situation of trying to understand the enigmatic dance of romantic interest. He was drawn to a woman who was as intriguing as she was elusive. Their interactions were a whirlwind of laughter and engaging conversation one moment, and then the next. She was distant, aloof, seemingly uninterested. Joe was left scratching his head, trying to piece together the puzzle of her behavior. Was he reading too much into her actions? Was she genuinely interested or simply being polite? His mind was a battlefield of questions, each one as bewildering as the last. Every time he thought he was making progress, understanding her, she would pull away, leaving him in a cloud of uncertainty. He found himself on an emotional roller coaster, swinging between hope and despair, never quite sure where he stood. This was a conundrum that he couldn't solve, a riddle that was seemingly without an answer. He was like a sailor lost at sea, trying to navigate the stormy waters of her mixed signals. This was a world where yes could mean no, and no could mean maybe. And so, Joe found himself in a quandary. He was caught in the crossfire of her mixed signals, torn between his desire to pursue this woman and the fear of misinterpreting her intentions. It was like trying to decipher an ancient code, each symbol more cryptic than the last. The more he tried to understand her, the more elusive she became. It was as if she was playing a game where the rules were known only to her. This was a dance, and she was leaving Joe to follow, trying to match her steps, hoping not to trip and fall. So what was going on with Joe's interest? Why was she giving mixed signals? Was she just playing hard to get? In the world of psychology, playing hard to get is a common phenomenon. It's a complex dance of attraction and resistance, often misunderstood. The human mind is a labyrinth filled with emotions and behaviors that can be puzzling. One such behavior is the act of playing hard to get, a fascinating psychological strategy often employed in the realm of romantic relationships. So, why do some people play hard to get? Well, there are a few reasons. For starters, it can be a sign of interest. Yes, you heard that right. When someone plays hard to get, it doesn't necessarily mean they're not interested. Quite the contrary, it might mean they're testing the waters to see if the other person is genuinely interested in them. It's a way of gauging the other person's commitment and interest level. Another reason is control. In the intricate dance of relationships, control is a crucial element. By playing hard to get, a person can maintain control over the pace and direction of the relationship. They can set the rhythm, deciding when to advance and when to retreat. It's a way of keeping the reins in their hands, ensuring they're not swept away by the whirlwind of emotions that often come with romantic relationships. In addition, playing hard to get can be a form of self-protection. It's a shield against potential heartbreak and disappointment. By keeping a certain distance, a person can protect themselves from the vulnerability that comes with opening up to someone else. It's a way of guarding their heart until they're sure it's safe to let their guard down. Lastly, it's about value. Playing hard to get can increase a person's perceived value. It's basic economics. The harder something is to attain, the more valuable it appears. By playing hard to get, a person can create an aura of desirability and intrigue, making themselves appear more attractive to potential partners. Understanding this behavior can be a game changer in navigating your relationships. Now, having understood the psychology behind playing hard to get, how can we navigate these mixed signals in our relationships? Navigating the labyrinth of mixed signals can be a challenge. It's like trying to decipher an encrypted code without a cipher. But worry not, there are ways to navigate this intricate dance of attraction and resistance. Firstly, patience is a virtue, especially when dealing with mixed signals. It's essential to allow the relationship to unfold at its own pace. Rushing things could lead to misunderstanding or even push the other person away. Think of it as a puzzle. Each piece has its place and time. The picture becomes clear only when all the pieces come together. Communication is key. If you're receiving mixed signals, it's perfectly acceptable to have an open, honest conversation about your feelings. It's crucial to express your confusion and ask for clarity. Remember, it's not about accusing or blaming. It's about understanding each other better. Respecting boundaries is another important aspect. If someone is playing hard to get, it might be because they're not ready to fully commit, or they're testing the waters. Respect their space and their decision. Pressuring them into something they're not ready for can lead to resentment and conflict. Lastly, don't take it personally. If the person you're interested in is playing hard to get, it doesn't necessarily reflect on your worth or attractiveness. It's their way of dealing with the situation, and it has more to do with them than with you. In this intricate dance of attraction and resistance, understanding the other person's perspective is crucial. It's not about winning or losing. It's about building a relationship based on mutual respect and understanding. Remember, understanding is the first step to acceptance, and only with acceptance can there be improvement. So, next time you find yourself in Joe's shoes, you'll know what to do.